Go.
Just 2More in the house, guys, in another episode.
Just 2More.
Woo-hoo. Guys, make sure quickly before we start, you like, subscribe, and you follow us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. There is Apple Music. You don't really need to go over there, but if you do go over there, subscribe to us there too. And Amazon Music, well, you just do whatever you want with that.
We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Guys, we've got listeners from England, USA, Spain, I want to get this right, Australia and Canada. Thank you very much. If you're listening from over there, guys, if you're listening for anyone else, let us know, because we only know of you lot that are from those countries. If you are listening for anywhere else, just let us know. Yeah?
I feel like there's a really random country as well.
There's one more in there, but you know.
I can't think.
No?
Anyways.
I want to talk about something.
TJ's got a topic.
I've got a topic. I want to talk about something very relatable to what's going on now in, well, I just want to say in our world right now. And I want to talk about something in the UK, right? It's big. We see it every single day. It's happening every single place. We've just done a podcast and we kind of spoke about it, touched upon it. I want to talk about the cheating culture that is going on in the UK. All right.
Context.
So Jermaine Genius has a wife, kids, and got found out for messaging co-workers at BBC.
Allegedly, so far. Tommy Fury, Molly May, the big case, like about this.
The power couple that everyone thought was going to make it out. Power couple, bro. Our boy Sench, Big CC.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Maddie got caught out for...
Allegedly.
Yeah. but like, I think like if your missus is leaving you, then behind the scenes there's something. She's obviously found something out, right? But I also want to touch upon this because I was at work and I was with a couple managers and we were talking about this sort of like cheating culture that's going on right now. And he actually told me a story where there was a man and a woman. They've married, got 2 kids, and he was well off, right? He's got a 6-figure job, works in London, travels into London and stuff like that. And she's happy, he's happy. And she all of a sudden starts cheating on him with a guy who's a millionaire, right? So the guy's probably got this guy's probably got 1 Porsche. The other guy's got 3 Porsches, right? That's how I see it.
Right.
And she's obviously left this guy, went over to the other guy, had 1 kid with him, and then like looked after the step brothers and sisters or whatever. So I'm thinking, what is it about this cheating culture that's going on right now? What is it about it? What is going on? Sean, talk to me.
I don't think it's a right now thing. I think this is a thing that's... there's 2 things, right? So,
but why is it so hot now? Like, what we never used to hear about this.
Because I think more so because of social media.
Okay.
So I think social media exposes everything. So
yeah, it does. Really.
Because like, no minutes it's like, oh, this generation's like fucked, stuff like that, and it's like, 1, as much as I agree on it, 2, we're just seeing more of it. So these same things could have been happening, but it just wasn't publicized because not everything was recorded. So like, we don't. Like, we're seeing and hearing about everything now. Like, there's nothing that goes past people's ears. So I think there's a lot more gossip, which really emphasizes it. But also, I feel like people's attention spans, like, you've got more temptations. There's a lot more availability. Like, you've got dating apps, you've got Instagram. There's so many temptations out there.
I see Instagram as a dating app these days.
It is, 100%.
Like, you can't look at Instagram
100%.
like... I get it. People look at Instagram like just a normal like Facebook page,
No.
like a business page.
Follow someone, they follow you back. 3 likes.
Yeah,
on it.
DM straight away.
That is literally, that's how it rolls. If they don't like the 3 post back, then it's cool. Like, we're just following each other.
Then you get a message like, "Oh, hey stranger,
yeah.
thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes." That's how it starts. So, or if they want to be a little bit spontaneous, it's like, "Oh, do I know you?"
Oh, wait, that one's tough. Not yet.
Yeah, like I want to talk about it only purely because it's like it's so hot right now. It's like it kind of makes you question like, the fuck is love? Is love even a thing like these days?
Oh wow, TJ's hurting, man.
No, it's not even that. No, don't even go down that route. Don't even go down that route. But I'm just like, how does anyone expect to find someone with everything like this going on? No one's going to be able to trust anymore. We're just going to have like open relationships everywhere. right, we're gonna start dating, but I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna shag everyone left, right, and centre. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
So here's some food for thought. Is that not what the whole point of finding the one is, though? Because what I'm saying is, like,
that's crazy.
You're like, we're basing it off what we're seeing, but we haven't found the one, so therefore, do you know what I mean? It's like we're here. It's like the story of how can I explain it? It's like you're hearing. There's a lot of noise from the minority. Where actually, if you actually think about the world, there's probably a lot of girls that don't sleep around, but you're not hearing about them because they're not talking. And like, you will find the one eventually, and that boy or girl, whichever side you're on.
You went that side.
Yeah, because it works both ways, right? And maybe you just haven't found that one yet, and like, you know.
I
do agree. I'm just throwing, like, playing devil's advocate, because like eventually you will come across. Two people will come across each other, and like you'll probably find out that you're both probably on the same level with things. Like you've probably both had X amount of experience, and now it's time to come together and chill out. But I do also agree, like, it's very hard to trust people at the minute. And after the things that I've seen,
right?
Whoa.
We could. I'm not gonna lie. No, we can sort of touch upon it because we are gonna make an episode about this.
Oh, okay.
But we can sort of touch upon it because, let's be honest, right? So, why we say this, right? We will extend and give you all the details in the next episode. Yeah. Trust me on that. But we will touch upon this just a little bit, because
it might be next episode, but I kind of wanted to release it sooner.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah.
So it might already be out, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it rolls.
It actually happened to both me and Sean, where we are. When I tell you guys, like, women these days, trash, crazy.
I'm just observing.
Some. I don't want to put it out there. Some, because I don't want to.
Actually, do you know what? No. Women are trash. The thing is, no. Because the thing is, right? Men get so much stick for it. Yeah. I'm not having it anymore.
But
I'm not having it anymore.
I'm not gonna lie. When girls want to be trash, they can go above and beyond trash.
No, but all I'm saying is that men get so much stick, and girls speak the loudest about men being shit. All I'm saying, like, look at yourself, innit? That's what I say. Obviously, it's not everyone.
Do you want to?
But men get so much stick for it.
We
can touch on it. Yeah.
So
we can do it.
We
Bro, crazy.
How do you want to start? Should I start with my one? Because I've got one.
Shall I just summarize it? Because we'll go into detail.
Summarize it. Exactly.
Okay, so to summarize the situation, me and TJ, Barcelona equals girls equals girls having fun on holiday equals multiple
girls
people.
Just wanna have fun.
Yeah, like, multiple people were visited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, they're talking the most, blah, blah, blah. And, it's actually hard to summarize. Basically, girl, person, come together, cool, whatever. Obviously, people are on holiday. They're allowed to kind of do what they do. They're allowed to mingle. Yeah, you're allowed to have your thing. And then, but then when you're telling me stories about next man back home.
Yeah, true fact. I'm
like,
good summary.
I'm like, okay, cool. Like, none of my business, innit?
Good summary.
But then when I know that I'm not the only one either, and so it's not just about next man at home, but it's also about 10 man in Barcelona. Yeah. And then you're posting stories with your man when you go back to the UK. Oh, wow.
Yeah, facts. That's crazy. Oh, that's a very good. I'm glad you summarized it like that.
If you can figure it out listening, then you can figure it out listening. Yeah. If not, then you need to watch the Barcelona episode. We'll go in a little bit more detail. Yeah. But do you know what it is? From my point of view, it's not even about the girl. I just feel so sorry for the bloke.
Yeah. Your girlfriend's not yours. Your girl is not yours. Your girl's in Barcelona, for the streets in Barcelona.
Fuming. Like,
there is an alleyway called her name.
Wow.
There is an alleyway where men in Barcelona are waiting and they're calling her name.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not actually gonna lie. I did not expect that from you. I did not expect that from you.
I'm joking.
Wow.
Saying that though, I got absolutely blue balls in Barcelona. Oh, mate, so bad. So I'll touch upon this one as well because it will be in the Barcelona episode. But I've gone to this festival. I've met someone in this festival. We're having a bloody good time. I'm not gonna lie. And all of a sudden, like in the festival, she disappears. And I actually had followed her mate on Instagram, and her mate was like, "Where did you go?" Like blah blah. And then he's like, "Look, she wanted you to come back with her. That was the whole plan." So I was like, "Oh no way! Say less. Send me the address." Sends me the address. I turn up, and then she is in her jammies, whatever. So we get talking, and she gets up all of a sudden, and she's like, "Look, I'm going to go to bed, but I'm kind of talking to someone, so we can't really do anything." I was like, "Excuse me."
Do you know what? Respect.
What?
Like we're
Why
talking,
get me there,
we're
then?
yeah, I know, yeah, I know. That's
why
the maddest.
Why go out of your way,
right?
Why go out your way to get me somewhere? Like you've lost me. You literally lost me. You can go home and you can have a good night's sleep. You've literally lost me. Why go out your way, messaging your friend to message me? You've given your friend the address to get me to come back, and then tell me you're actually seeing someone. Actually, but nothing can happen. When actually 2 hours ago or an hour ago, you were tongue deep in my fucking throat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's a hard
crazy
one,
is
isn't
that?
it? I think some girls really take that next step very, very deep though. You know, like so a lot of girls just be like, "Oh, it's just a kiss, whatever," and then but they think that that next step is very deep. It's
Okay,
like
so
very,
you're right with your missus.
No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not saying
So
that.
so what's the difference?
She's not going to no festival in Barcelona,
Especially not anywhere near TJ.
mate. Yeah, 100%.
But I was just like, oh, it was crazy, bro. I was just like, what? Like, why am I here? I could have went home.
So to wrap back up, no pun intended.
Nice.
Yeah, cheating. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think it is? Like, obviously, this was your topic.
I think it's just been normalized. I think people are just happy with. Well, I think it's the easier way out of getting out of something. But then I also think like when you've met this person, you obviously respected this person. So why go so low to disrespect that person? Like, mate, I've seen cases where guys have kids with girls and they're together for a little bit, and then the girl's gone out of her way to like cheat on the guy. And sometimes it'll be with their best fucking mates. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, where in your head did you think disrespecting anyone or any other human is okay? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's for me. That's where I'm at with that. But also, I just think it's normalized. I think people see it in like shows like Netflix and stuff like that where a guy's cheating, and it's okay because he's going back to the wife, and the wife is so oblivious to it. So, do you know what I mean? Like all these shows that make good TV, it's actually what's happening in real life.
Yeah, and I think the thing is that you know, from like a oh man, speaking from like a fantasy point of view, especially when you're watching it on TV, it's like it's kind of like they create this person who cheats or has an affair as like the sex appeal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I feel like it's probably implanted in most people's heads where it's like, but again, I feel like this is the hardest thing, right? Is that when you're growing up in a culture where that happens, it's very hard to think about an alternative. So, you know, all I'll say is that we both grew up in similar circumstances.
Yeah.
Whereas I know certain people who have grown up in different areas of the country, that would be like, what do you mean cheating? Because I remember when I first moved, this is a very good story to be fair, or like it's a relatable story. I remember when I first moved to Guildford, and what was the context? Basically, more of the story. Oh, this is it. We're talking about like getting married or like having kids or stuff with like some of the people that were there, and all I said was something about, oh, we're talking about marriage. And I said, well, what's the point of getting marriage? Because it only leads to divorce.
Crazy.
The like, because it was a table. It was a lunchtime discussion.
Yeah.
And it was like the people couldn't even comprehend what divorce was. And I was like,
what do you mean?
As in like, that's such a
happen,
normal thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you hear it so much. Like, I feel like from growing up in Luton, they're not more of like acceptable, but you hear more about divorce.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether it has to do with, but then when you go to a different part of the country, it's just like, but divorce doesn't even happen. Like, it's not even a thing. And I guess it's like, whether it's to do with like the economic status of the area.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got to do, maybe it's got to do with like your moral.
Circle.
Yeah, maybe there's like, maybe, do you know what I mean? It's so easy to build up like a context or a narrative about cheating is everywhere and it's acceptable, but it's hard to actually take a step back and go, it's not on like a grand scheme of things, but it's just that we're in an environment where it happens so much, which is why, honestly, like probably, I think it'd be very hard for me to
trust.
Yeah, anyone from,
especially after Barcelona, mate. Especially after Barcelona. That was for me. That was crazy, to be fair, because once I heard what happened when we come back, that was crazy.
I don't know. I don't think it's everywhere. I just think it's the people you attract as well. So I'll take some accountability from that as well.
Yeah. To be fair, if you see like worrying signs from the start, just know it's going to get worse and worse and worse if you continue on with that person. So if you see like this person has a tendency to hide her phone from you, she will get better at it. But then the longer it prolongs, the longer you stop talking about it, she'll just get worse and worse and worse. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably not giving the best context, but
I seen the funniest thing about this, like this thread, and it was talking about people hiding their phones.
Yeah.
And the comments were like, the only reason I would notice that is because that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
So it's just like,
nice.
Girls, watch out, because TJ pointed that out. Hey. Why are you hiding your phone for? Nah, I think, I don't know. It's a hard topic, isn't it? And the thing is, like,
as you have an expert in and talking about this.
Yeah, as you said as well, like, I'm in a very lethargic mood, so I'm gonna take a very like
lethargic answers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a very like the whole thing of like, whoa, it depends what you say or where you grow up. Like, I'm gonna take that. Like, I'm not in like a hyped mood, so I'm not really gonna have like a mad reaction to it. But I think it's very context, because I would like to think, and again, like, I would like to think that there is still hope, or like. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to say that things are going wrong when actually it's probably not. Like, you know, the right person's out there. You just have to believe.
And then cheat on them.
Yeah. Before they cheat on you, yeah.
Yeah, you just got to do it before them. Yeah, that's it. But
then also, this is the guy that gets cheated on. So.
Yeah.
And heartbroken, so, you know.
So do it to him first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just run through me. That's all right. Yeah, just go through it. I'm just the learning curve. And then...
Facts. But also, another topic, so we'll leave this topic done and buried. Let us know what you think about this topic.
Let us know, yeah.
Leave a comment. Let us know. The other thing I wanted to talk about, right? I wanted to talk about motivation. We've touched upon like motivation beforehand in other episodes. But one thing I wanted to talk about is something I'm seeing in my own training. And it's the fact that people who don't want to change or don't want different, they are choosing not to, if that makes sense. So if you're choosing to be lazy, what I'm practically saying is you are choosing to be lazy subconsciously. You are saying to yourself, like if let's say you've got an option of going to the gym or staying at home, right? And you say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. You won't do it tomorrow. You are choosing to be lazy. What do you think about what I'm saying?
I think it depends on context. Because the thing is, right, man, I just feel like a therapist today. I don't want to be the therapist.
Go for it.
I want to come out with some controversial things, but I just can't at the minute. Like, I feel like you don't know what people's like mental states are at.
No, I genuinely, like, if you want, I always think about it, and it's more because I've started watching these like motivational videos and stuff like that, and I genuinely believe that if you're making up excuses, saying you're going to leave it to the next day, saying you're going to, you've got to read a book, saying you're going to leave it for the next day, it's purely down to laziness and not wanting to do it.
Okay, I've got something for you.
Go for it.
The disciplined person is saying that to you, though, because you're running off motivation.
Okay.
So the person who gets up and does it will say the same thing about you as you're saying, because I see it as like a 3-tier thing. You've got the disciplined person, you've got the motivated person, and you've got the unmotivated person. The motivated person is in the middle of this spectrum where like you can then you got a choice of then becoming a disciplined person, or you can then fall back into being like a, or what you say, like a lazy or unmotivated person.
But what about all these people that say they want to start something, but then they don't start it? And
they're not ready. I think they're not ready.
I think that's just pure laziness. When you're never ready for something. You're never ready for something. And you can't tell me that's not true.
This is a good topic, actually, because I believe that you're like everyone, what is it? What's the quote? It's like, wherever you are in life, you're in the right place. Like you're on the right track, and it's the right time for you. And the thing is like, yeah, okay, cool. Like by definition, you could quite literally just get up and be in the mindset to do what you want to do. And obviously, like I'm a massive believer in just getting the stuff done. But at the same time, like I don't think it's that simple. And I feel like people are all on their own timeline, and sometimes people just need that time just to chill. Because then all of a sudden,
but okay, you say that, but who's writing the story? Are you letting time dictate your story, or are you writing your story?
Yeah. So you say about like writing your story. What makes you think that you're writing yours?
No, but I'm dictating my story.
If it was up to you, and if it was up to everyone would be a billionaire. Everyone would be on a yacht.
Yeah.
What makes you think that you're writing your story?
I'm not writing my story, but I'm dictating my story, and I'm changing the direction of my story.
Okay, yeah.
If anything, right? Do you know what I mean? I also believe like a lot of people are waiting for that moment. They're waiting for like that. I'll be ready this day. That is an excuse. Ultimately, that is an excuse. Like you will never get to that point of I'll be ready when you're not putting yourself in positions to be ready. If that makes sense. Like you got to start something to be ready.
Yeah. You have to be at the bus stop to catch the bus.
You got
for sure. And you create your own luck.
Of course. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like I've just for me, and I'm saying it to me because that was what was happening with me. It was I'll leave it for tomorrow. I'll train tomorrow. When actually the matter of fact was tomorrow would come and I'll never do it.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where I'm not speaking. I'm actually doing. And I actually made an Instagram post about this and saying like, when are you gonna start taking charge of your life? Like when are you gonna start taking yourself seriously, saying the stuff you're gonna do, doing the stuff you're gonna do, and writing your story? Because at the end of the day, right? Sorry, I just interrupted you there. At the end of the day, it is about dictating the way your life's gonna go and not letting life dictate you as such.
Yeah,
that was my analogy. I've made an analogy, guys. I'm so proud of that. Yeah, thank you, guys, thank you.
What I find interesting is that you're speaking from a point of view where you're in a better position, whereas before you weren't. So obviously, I get that you're like being motivational and you're talking to people about like getting the work done and doing things, but you were also that person as well.
Yeah, of course.
And I think from a third person point of view, as much as you can decide, I've been telling you since last year, so you just weren't ready.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
From a third point of view.
No, that's
like third
person.
person.
No, I completely.
Because if I said to you the same thing that I was saying last year, you're going to react differently to it now.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same concept. So going back from like the whole cheating thing and like being a person and finding the one, if you're so like let's say if that opportunity came up, would you even be ready for it?
Facts.
Because this is the thing as well, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like I'm in a position where, you know, I've had a few swings, but I feel like I'm in a position where I've kind of found my happy place. I feel like things are starting to move forward for me, and I feel like I've been in a position where some things have come up for me, and I wasn't in the right place.
Same.
I wasn't in the right place.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah. Clearly, I just wasn't in the right place, and I was acting in a way that I thought was correct, but now time goes on, and I'm like, wow, actually. And I was speaking to someone else about this the other day, like a really deep talker, and it was so refreshing because they could relate and they understood what I was saying.
Is this Ganesh?
No, it's not Ganesh. So anyone, just a quick shout out if anyone cares, like Ganesh, very close friend of mine. We need to have him as a guest on here. Very deep talker, very spiritual person.
Oh my God, we should have him.
Yeah, we should. So he's just started his podcast, and I don't know.
Time
so the podcast is Time Is Now.
Time is now, guys. Check it out.
We'll
if you,
do a link below.
Yeah, if you like podcasts and stuff like that, his is up. So time is now.
Yeah, so
Check him
another
out.
PT in the space. Like, love this guy, very deep talker. But no, it's someone else there. Joel, shout out to Joel, wrestler. Yeah, very deep talker, and we had very similar talk about these types of things. It's just it's the way you operate, and it's just like, and again, it goes back to now in this position where you're on about like fitness or dictating your life. Is that even if you are in a position, even if you're, I think going back to the analogy of you have to be at the bus stop to catch the bus. Maybe you're at the bus stop, but you've got the wrong ticket,
Or you've got no bus coming.
Yeah. But the bus does come. It's just the wrong one because you didn't get you weren't prepared. You didn't buy the right ticket for it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Analogy.
Yeah.
I like that analogy.
So it's like
Sean always has. Why does Sean always one up me, man? His analogies are always better than mine.
right, the endless hours of like I fall asleep listening to like Jordan Peterson. That guy's in my head. It's just like because that's the thing is like opportunities might pop up to you, and it's just like, and this is the thing, right? Like I don't feel like any regret or like resentment towards it. It's just like that is just part of life, and it's time just to you can only focus on yourself. And like I do agree 100% with what you're saying. You do.
But what I'm trying to say is more about yourself, not about what's going on in your life and stuff like. I think that's what the route you're going in. Your surroundings and what's going on in your life. What I'm talking about is like more so like again, my thing has been to beginners and like to people who are starting out and want to start out something. I've always said, don't leave it for tomorrow, start today. I've always said that, always. So my thing is for beginners, I keep saying it like, don't say tomorrow because one, tomorrow might never come around. And two, if you don't start today, again, you will never be at that bus stop. You'll never have that ticket and then you'll never jump on any bus. So I think this goes out for people who are starting out gyms, beginners, people who want to start out a new career as well. Like apply for a job. Don't go like again, like if you're applying for a job, do it online. Go into the shop.
Is the craziest one.
Yeah. So I think it applies for everything because again, if you're struggling in some areas, starting in new areas will help get you back on track with
you're
else.
The only person that can fix your situation.
So yeah, it literally I don't know why. So I was listening to this motivational video and I was literally in the zone. I can tell you now, nothing could stop me and distract me from what I was listening to. And quick example, we actually went to the gym the other day and I was mid headset of this motivational video.
I walked up to CJ, he was just on the Stairmaster like grinding. I was trying to talk to him and he wasn't having it.
Yeah, I was so in zone.
I brought up a topic that would have stopped him off the Stairmaster and he wasn't having it. And I was
what?
I was actually a little bit pissed off, to be honest with you, because I was just trying to have a conversation with you. You weren't having it, and I was just like, do you know what? Fuck this guy.
No, but the topic
cool.
did trigger me. I was like, because I was watching this video, I was also like, oh my god, like, is Sean? But no, like I was really like I'm taking it like prayers, man, which is really nice because if you ever need something to inspire you, man, these motivational videos. You have like a guy called Ben Lionel Scott, right? He creates
and
videos.
That's on Spotify as well.
Yeah, he just creates videos and picks the perfect moments and puts them into like a 5, 8, and 30-minute videos. That's
so good. I listen to that.
And
on Spotify.
It's so inspiring because at the end of the day, right? It's nice having religion. It's nice having like things to believe in. But if you have someone telling you to grind, you have these people like, because man, these people made it. I don't know how they've made it, but these people have made it.
Machiavelli Motivation is another like old school like gym workout one, like really good channel. But yeah, it's true, and I feel like you do really need to consume yourself with it.
Yeah, man.
And I think look, you're on a really good point actually. Is that you actually need to consume yourself with it first before you do it.
Yeah. Because
I feel like you just need that fire inside. But again, like, I really do think it's like. I feel like your time will come because you always hear about it, but I don't feel like you actually understand until you know. And it's like
until you're there.
Yeah, like you actually have to have. Like I've got a thing that like if I think about it,
I
can't sleep. I can't sleep.
Yeah,
I cannot sleep. And when I want to, I just think about that, like this thing and like, or whatever it is. And it's just like, I need to really work because of whatever situation or scenario, this like, whatever it is, like I can't be in the same situation I'm in and I have to do it. And I feel like you really have to, whatever it is, like your time will come. And sometimes, you know what? I also believe that sometimes your time doesn't come, but something else will happen. Like sometimes people find religion and then like they live a path of like either religion and just like being humble and calm. Sometimes it's motivation. Sometimes people are motivated. I feel like everyone's got a different calling, but yeah, motivation.
Yeah.
You have to surround yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, right? It's like you always hear about surrounding yourself with the right people, but actually we're fortunate enough to be in a day and age where you don't actually have to physically surround yourself with people because you can have so many voices in your head without actually being friends with them or like having them as a physical, like the physical people are very important as well.
Yeah.
But you can have voices in your head from podcasts, from videos that can massively change your trajectory.
Yeah, so one sentence that's really stuck by me from these motivational videos was a guy talking about eagles and how eagles, they fly nice and high by themselves, right? They fly in different altitudes to other birds. Birds follow each other. Pigeons follow each other, right? And what's the difference between pigeons and eagles? One flies in different altitudes by itself, flying its course, and and pigeons follow themselves.
Yeah.
So, literally, the guy literally said, "Don't surround yourself with pigeons. Surround yourself with eagles. Fly in a different altitude. Get yourself higher than these pigeons go like roaming around with themselves." Because I do also believe your circle dictates a lot about you, and also girls, bro. If you see like a group of girls and you know all of them have shagged 10 plus people, you best believe the one you're trying to talk to, she does the same thing. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just
sure. And again, that's same with men.
Same with men. So we don't judge it. We don't judge.
I'm nothing like TJ though. Just saying.
I am the worst of the worst.
You say about quotes, and my favorite one at the minute is, and I feel like this is the key one, is that, or like for me personally, is that it's like humble yourself or be humbled, and it's like, I feel like when you're in a humbled position or you've been humbled, that's when your time comes, I think, as well. Because then you're like, you don't really have it. Like, your ego needs to go out of the door. And this is the thing, is like, I always thought, this is the craziest thing, I always thought I was a humble person. I didn't actually understand what my ego was, because everyone thinks ego is like, you know, if from a gym context, because with PTs, like, big guy in the gym lifting heavy weights. It's not, it's like, I can't even explain what ego is. I think ego is the way you operate. It's the way that you react.
Interact with others and...
or like the way that you react to certain things. And like it's just looking back now, like I would react to certain things in a particular way that was unsustainable and it doesn't make sense. And it's like when you're in our
industry,
even a humbled position, or like if you kind of step away from that, you're then in a position where you're ready to learn and be like, actually, do you know what? Like, I actually don't know anything. And I think the first time I felt that was when I went to university, and I was like, wow, I didn't know anything. Like, I felt so humble. But I think, more recently now, it's just like...
Do you know, also, what I find with being humble, it's more about education. It's more about like...
For sure.
Like, a humble man will be an educated man. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you actually realise that...
An ignorant man will be a man who's up themselves, thinks they know everything, but actually the humble man's looking at you and thinking, he probably like, let's say, guys, imagine yourselves, we're sitting at the table. You've got Just2More at the table, and you've got a humble man, and you've got an egotistic man. The egotistic man is in the table, and he's non-stop talking. Yeah. Non-stop talking. And he thinks he's talking about the right stuff. We're obviously talking because we talk a lot. We talk on Just2More. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a podcast.
You're talking because you're talking and, you're just having fun. But the humble man is just watching. And he's not doing it because he's rude. He's just observing the table. And he'll wait for his turn to talk. He'll be humble about it. He'll probably praise you. But I tell you what, at the end of the table, he'll be the first one, etiquette, leave, and you probably won't hear about him anymore. But that's just a humble man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and one thing always wanted to be or like drive towards as a humble man. I'll tell you what, and that was never me. That's never been me. But I've always wanted to be a humble man. And I think there's ways of being humble without actually classifying yourself as humble. Just doing the nice, like simple things in like life. Compliments, not being holding doors, like hi, bye, please, thank you.
It's inner peace as well.
Oh,
it really is inner peace.
Yeah, big time.
Like being able to see something happen and not being not responding in a
oh
certain
yeah,
way,
that's
like,
huge. That's huge. Not being triggered by it.
You have to be like it's all just like inner peace and control and discipline and it's crazy. I feel like this is 2 separate episodes.
This is 2 separate episodes.
I don't even feel like this is a paired episode.
We can launch it as one and then put 2 out.
I don't know. I think it needs to be separated. One's deep and one's bloody like going for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Guys, Just2More in the house. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notifications on, turn it on for Ganache. What's the page called?
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to us first. And then if anyone wants to listen to more like deeper stories one-on-one, because again, like Just2More, we don't really, the whole guest scene, it doesn't really work with us. Like again, if we have opportunity, if we have opportunities for guests, then maybe we'll see that. But it's not something that we seek. Like that's not really about. That's not really what we're about.
Just yet.
If you want to head over to the Time Is Now podcast, we'll link it down below. Ganache interviews. It's more of like an interview. Like he interviews loads of really cool people that he's worked with, and I think there's some interesting stories. I'm on there. TJ Pendon, and then we'll get. We'll get Ganache on this podcast so he can shout himself out before he
contradictory. He said he didn't want guests, but now he's bringing on the guest.
I feel like it's a little different. Like but we're not really a guest podcast, but
But I think it'll be nice to have him, especially because he's on our same wavelength and stuff.
So we'll link that all down below and then have a look at that. Head over and listen to my story if you want to. But like, subscribe, share the podcast, let us know what you think about motivation, discipline, and if you're someone who's been on a journey or story, then let us know what worked for you. Do you agree?
Time.
Yeah.
Just2More over and out.